Okay, so we're live now. Hi, love. How are you?
Good, sir. Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Hi, Devashish. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so this is your starting journey of webinars with us, and hope you know, continue doing this. Okay, with us.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Right. So, love, what are we doing, and why have such a strong panel? Besides me, I'm not a strong panel. You guys are strong
Yeah.
panel members.
No,
Okay,
no. You are
I'm
the
I'm
pillar, sir.
still
You are the pillar.
I'm
You are the
still
pillar.
learning. Okay,
No,
so
no.
what is our main thought process today? Why are we here?
Sir,
Ajit was also
basically,
supposed to join, but I think Ajit has not jumped. Right?
या सर
Yeah.
बेसिकली इशू क्या है ना, जो फाइनल ईयर के जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं, स्पेशली फाइनल
Mm-hmm.
ईयर्स को मैं टारगेट कर रहा हूँ, जैसे लास्ट सेमेस्टर चल रहा है,
Mm-hmm.
इंटर्नशिप वगैरह के लिए लोग ढूंढ रहे हैं, साइबर सिक्योरिटी में एंटर करना चाहते हैं, इंटर्नशिप्स नहीं मिल रही, वहां पे
Mm-hmm.
इशू है, प्लेसमेंट डायरेक्टली साइबर सिक्योरिटी रोल्स में नहीं मिल रहे, वहां पे एक
Mm-hmm.
चैलेंज आ रहा है अपने आप में।
Mm-hmm.
और दूसरा, साइबर सिक्योरिटी रिलेटेड कंपनीज एज सच उतनी ज्यादा रीच नहीं कर पा रही अभी मार्केट, जितनी बाकी कंपनीज कंपैरेटिवली रीच करती हैं, जैसे सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट फर्म्स हो गई। तो उस तरह से अब जो लोग इंटरेस्टेड हैं इस फील्ड के अंदर आने के लिए, दे डोंट नो फ्रॉम वेयर टू स्टार्ट। यहाँ पे फाइनल ईयर स्टूडेंट्स के पास ये बहुत एक क्वेश्चन आता है हमेशा, मेरे पास भी, कि सर हम ऐसा क्या करें कि हम साइबर सिक्योरिटी के डोमेन को एंटर कर पाए, व्हाट इज द पाथवे ओवर देयर। यहाँ पे एक क्वेरी है सर।
लव, तो अगर हम अपना स्ट्रक्चर देखें ना, हमारा एजुकेशन पैटर्न देखें अगर, राइट, स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम स्कूल डेज, कॉलेज डेज, तो पहले जब हम लोगों को और हम लोग को ट्रेनिंग दी जाती थी, तो भाई हमको साइंस, मैथ्स, आर्ट्स यही पढ़ाया जाता था।
राइट।
एंड देन वी वर टोल्ड कि भाई इंजीनियरिंग इज देयर, यू हैव मेडिकल, ठीक है, और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा होटल मैनेजमेंट कर लो भाई, ठीक है,
राइट।
सरकारी नौकरी में चले जाओ, आईएएस कर लो। सो दीज वर द ट्रेंड, राइट? सो इफ यू लुक एट व्हाट हैज हैपेंड ओवर लास्ट 3 decades, जैसे जैसे ग्रोथ हुआ है आईटी में, तो सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट टुक फोर फ्रंट, अगर आप देखें, क्योंकि
राइट।
इंडिया इंडिया सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट हब बन गया, इन्फोसिस हो गया, फिर वर्ल्ड की सबसे बड़ी बड़ी सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट कंपनियां इंडिया से आने लगी। इंडिया की पॉपुलेशन एंड एजुकेशन स्टैंडर्ड के रहते हुए लोगों ने पिकअप कर लिया आसानी से। इंग्लिश नेटिव लैंग्वेज था इंडिया का काफ़ी हद तक।
राइट।
सो सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट में इंडिया काफ़ी आगे चला गया। तो जब वो आगे चला गया तो ऑब्वियसली काफ़ी काम आउटसोर्स होने लगा इंडिया में, सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट काफ़ी ग्रो हुआ।
राइट।
बट इन लास्ट 10, आई विल से 12-14 सालों में, साइबर सिक्योरिटी हैज बिकम अ वेरी वेरी प्रोमिनेंट, इज प्लेइंग अ प्रोमिनेंट रोल इन एनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। किसी भी आप ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में चले जाए, किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, आप बैंक में है, आप अस्पताल में है, वेदर यू आर लीडिंग अ chartered accountancy firm or a legal firm, whatever you're doing, right, cybersecurity has its place there, right? So earlier, cybersecurity, when we used to say cybersecurity, people understood, acha, okay, I have put antivirus in my computer, so I am secure. That was the concept of cybersecurity, right? But over a period of time, people realized कि भाई cyber security की वजह से आपकी कंपनी पूरी पूरी तरह खत्म हो सकती है, ठीक है?
राइट। इन
आज
अ
अगर
सिंगल
आप
शॉट।
देखें, इन ए सिंगल शॉट, भाई रैंसमवेयर अटैक हो गया अगर, तो आपकी कंपनी बंद है,
या।
ठीक है? तो वो दौर, वहां से लेकर जब हम यहाँ पहुंचे हैं, भाई सॉफ्टवेयर में तो सबको नॉलेज हो गई है, ठीक है, धीरे धीरे इंटरनेट के बारे में भी सबको पता लग गया, मोबाइल डेवलपमेंट भी पता लग गया, लेकिन अब सिक्योरिटी कहाँ आती है, वो हमको कहीं एक एजुकेशनल वे में नहीं सिखाया जाता। उसके दो
ट्रेजेक्टरी
रीजन
मिसिंग
है,
है उसकी। हाँ, राइट।
दो
राइट।
उसके दो रीजन है, ठीक है ना? द रीजन इज कि पहली बात ये है कि भाई साइबर सिक्योरिटी को बहुत कम लोग समझते हैं,
राइट।
ठीक है? There's a huge gap of even senior members today who understand the complete dynamics of information and cyber security. वो एक बहुत बड़ा गैप है। तो अगर आज मैं एक्सपेक्ट करूं कि एक मैं कॉलेज में जाऊंगा और एक कॉलेज का मेरे को प्रोफेसर जो है वो साइबर सिक्योरिटी और इंफॉर्मेशन सिक्योरिटी के बारे में पूरा कैसे कॉर्पोरेट में चलता है, he can't,
नहीं बता
he
सकते।
just cannot, he
एग्जैक्टली।
cannot comprehend.
राइट।
So there is a huge gap between the people who deliver education and actually what is happening in the world today.
राइट।
There's a huge gap, right? और वो गैप पूरा नहीं हो पा रहा है
राइट।
क्लासिकल एजुकेशन से। सो अब क्या हो रहा है कि बीच में आ गए हमारे सर्टिफिकेशंस।
राइट।
तो सर्टिफिकेशन अभी अगर आप देखें साइबर सिक्योरिटी इंडस्ट्री में सर्टिफिकेशन का बोलबाला है। उसके
हम्म,
दो रीजन है। मेन फर्स्ट रीजन इज कि भाई मुझे पता कैसे लगेगा कि अगर मैं आपको हायर करता हूं और मैं लाता हूं, मुझे आपको ऐसा तो नहीं है कि 1 साल ट्रेन करना पड़ेगा। किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में ट्रेनिंग 1 से 3 महीने से ज्यादा नहीं हो सकती है।
राइट।
आप फ्रेशर लें या किसी नए बंदे को लें, in any organization you cannot train someone more than 1 to 3 months,
3 months इज मैक्सिमम। हाँ।
right? 3 months is max, right? So even if it is a fresher, even if you
हम्म,
look at any software development big companies, Wipro, TCS, they take freshers and they actually don't take them on a payroll unless they get a project, and then they can put them on, and then they
राइट।
train them for 3 or months. But cyber security is a running affair. इसका मतलब है अगर मैं आपको लेता हूं तो मुझे इमीडिएटली आपको सिक्योरिटी रोल में डालना है। और उसके लिए अगर आप आर्म्ड फोर्सेस देखें, आर्म्ड फोर्सेस में भी जब हम गए, हमारी बहुत लंबी ट्रेनिंग होती है,
एग्जैक्टली।
सिक्योरिटी स्पेसिफिक ट्रेनिंग। तो दैट मीन्स सिक्योरिटी इज अ स्पेशलाइज्ड फील्ड एंड यू हैव टू गेट ट्रेन्ड ऑन इट। Now,
राइट।
whether that training is done in the colleges, or whether that training is done on the job, or whether that training is done personally by getting certifications, is something which is a dilemma right now.
राइट।
Okay? कोई स्टैंडर्ड लेआउट नहीं है। कोई बोलता है एमएससी कर लो साइबर सिक्योरिटी में, कोई बोलता है एमटेक कर लो साइबर सिक्योरिटी में, कोई बोलता है कि यार नहीं नहीं सर्टिफिकेशन कर लो।
कोई
सो
बोलता है साइबर लॉ कर लो, उसमें भी
कोई
जा रही है
बोलता है
बंदी।
साइबर, कोई बोलता है सीएच कर लो।
हाँ।
कोई somebody says कि ओके साइबर सिक्योरिटी मतलब पेनिट्रेशन टेस्टिंग, एथिकल हैकर बन जाओ।
एथिकल हैकर बन जाओ, राइट।
राइट, सो ऑल दिस is a cloud right now. People don't know what exactly, as far as freshers are concerned. आपको पता है, मेरे को पता है, even senior people do not know how to still put a structure around organizations. Only mature organizations have very very set processes around security. Even
राइट।
I'll say even middle-sized organizations also do not have. You've heard, right? Deloitte is likely to have got
यस।
hacked, right? So even big
यस।
companies, big fours also, I've seen Deloitte getting hacked multiple times. I've read news. Okay, bigger companies get hacked. Okay, uh, there are constant attacks on your UPI framework, Aadhaar framework. There's multiple attacks, right? तो पूरे इकोसिस्टम को समझना एक्सपीरियंस लोगों के लिए भी बहुत मुश्किल है। कहाँ से अटैक आ सकता है, मैं आज भी मैं ये नहीं बोल सकता कि यार मैं 99% श्योरिटी से बता दूं कि आई अंडरस्टैंड ऑल द रिस्क्स ऑफ एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन,
वाओ।
राइट? तो ये आज का डायलेमा है। ओके, इफ दैट इज द डायलेमा, उसमें फ्रेशर अगर, हाँ, सीनियर लोगों में इतना डायलेमा है तो फ्रेशर कहाँ से आ पाएगा उसमें?
राइट।
तो वो एक
राइट।
बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज है, क्योंकि शायद ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को खुद नहीं पता कि उनको क्या चाहिए।
हाँ, दैट्स ट्रू।
ठीक है,
क्योंकि अवेयरनेस भी
That's it.
नहीं है। हाँ।
क्योंकि अवेयरनेस भी नहीं, इवन हायरिंग
अवेयरनेस।
मैनेजर्स को नहीं पता कि सीआईएसएसपी लेना है कि सीसा लेना है कि सीएसएम लेना है, वो तीनों एक साथ डाल देते हैं,
सर हायरिंग
सीआईएसएसपी
मैनेजर।
सीसा ऑब्लिक सीसा।
हाँ। सर, स्टार्टिंग 1 ईयर कैरियर के लिए सीएसएस पे डिमांड हो रहा है, हायरिंग मैनेजर्स की तो ये रिक्वायरमेंट है अब।
So hiring managers are not aware of the situation on ground, right? That's the problem. Now, if you look at, if you want to put a structure around cybersecurity in any organization, ठीक है ना? अगर आप किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में साइबर सिक्योरिटी इंप्लीमेंट करना चाहते हैं, बड़ा हो या छोटा हो, मेरे ख्याल से 4 से 5 वर्टिकल्स हैं साइबर सिक्योरिटी में, जो मेरे को लगता है। भाई देखिए, सबसे पहले तो हम डिजिटल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन की बात कर रहे हैं, तो इसका मतलब है कि भाई नेटवर्क है, इसीलिए डिजिटल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन है।
हम्म।
यानी कि नेटवर्क को सिक्योर करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि नेटवर्क ही आपको पाथवे देता है। ठीक है, दूसरा है नेटवर्क के ऊपर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर चल रहा है, तो समवेयर डाउन द लाइन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की सिक्योरिटी जरूरत है। तो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर कैसे सिक्योर होगा, सर्वर्स कैसे सिक्योर होंगे, नेटवर्किंग इक्विपमेंट कैसे सिक्योर होगा। ओके, सो वो एक स्ट्रीम हो जाएगा। तो नेटवर्किंग सिक्योरिटी एंड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर सिक्योरिटी बिकम्स वन टू सेपरेट वर्टिकल्स, ओके, व्हिच आर
राइट।
डिपेंडेंट ऑन ईच अदर। उसके ऊपर सॉफ्टवेयर आर रनिंग, so
राइट।
software becomes one of the security sector. And because risks are so many, okay, you need to manage them, and that's where governance, risk management, and compliance comes into picture. So these are broadly 4 domains which I look at, and for everything on top of them lies the CIA triad: confidentiality, integrity और availability, और उसको करता है access control. तो मेरे को जहां तक लगता है security is all about having governance, risk management, compliance, securing your networks, securing your infrastructure, securing your software, ठीक है, और एक्सेस कंट्रोल मेजरली ये
Right.
है। एंड इन सबको जब हम चलाते हैं तो वो सिक्योरिटी ऑपरेशंस बन जाता है। इन
Right.
सबको जब हम ऑडिट करते हैं तो वो सिक्योरिटी ऑडिट बन जाता है।
Mhm.
ठीक है, तो ये 6-7 रोल्स आज की डेट में इंफॉर्मेशन एंड साइबर सिक्योरिटी स्पेसिफिक रोल्स है। अब उस टेस्टिंग में वीएपीटी बन रहे हैं आप या ऑडिटर बन रहे हैं आप, वो बहुत डिटेल्ड डिस्कशन है उतने में। तो अगर आज का हमारा एम है कि हम फ्रेशर्स को बताना चाहें कि भाई आप अगर सिक्योरिटी, साइबर सिक्योरिटी उभरता हुआ जो इंडस्ट्री है उसमें कैसे घुसे, कहाँ घुसे, वो हमारा आज का उद्देश्य है। और कहाँ से स्टार्ट करें और क्या 4-5 वो रोल्स होंगे जिनको वो टारगेट करना चाहिए, उनके लिए कैसे स्केल अप करना चाहिए। भाई उनके लिए हमको सिंपल बना के देना है कि भाई देखो, अगर आप नेटवर्क सिक्योरिटी में जाना चाहते हो तो क्या करो, अगर आप इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर सिक्योरिटी में जाना चाहते हो तो क्या करो, अगर आप सॉफ्टवेयर को सिक्योर करना चाहते हो तो क्या करो, अगर आप
Right.
जीआरसी में जाना चाहते हैं तो आप क्या करो। ओके, सो आई थिंक वी शुड create those 5 or 6 positions, initial
Mhm.
positions, and tell them that these are the places which you should target. Anything above that should be out of bound. Second thing we should also tell the freshers is, do not wait for a security specific role. If you are a good programmer, if you are a good developer, get into a development role.
Right.
If you are a good system admin, आप system admin बन जाइए, क्योंकि अल्टीमेटली सिक्योरिटी का हाथ हर जगह होगा।
Right.
ठीक है, मैं केमिस्ट्री ग्रेजुएट हूं, मैं फौज में गया तो फौज ने मेरे को इंजीनियरिंग करा दी। मैं सिग्नल्स में गया, सिग्नल्स में मैंने नेटवर्क सीखा। तो मेरे ख्याल से ऐसा कोई पाबंदी नहीं है कि आप यहाँ से हैं वहाँ से हैं, आप नहीं घुस सकते। आई हैव सीन अकाउंटिंग, मेरे अब मेरे खुद की कंपनी में मैंने कहा कि भाई मेरी तो हैसियत नहीं है कि मैं बड़े बड़े 30 मार खा लोगों को हायर करूँ, तो मैंने करा फ्रेशर्स को हायर। तो आज हमारे बीच में एक फ्रेशर है, ठीक है, जो मेरी कंपनी में साइबर सिक्योरिटी एनालिस्ट बन के आए हैं। ठीक है, so Rahul is our cybersecurity analyst who's been working for almost 6 months with us. First, he was on an internship, then probation, and then now he's ultimately a cybersecurity analyst with no exposure to any cybersecurity role whatsoever. So let's hear him. Rahul, what is it that you do? What is your background? And how did you now today think? What is your thought process when we talk about cybersecurity? ठीक है,
Right.
और कैसे एक फ्रेशर शायद साइबर सिक्योरिटी में, लेट्स हियर इट फ्रॉम हॉर्सेस माउथ, व्हाट डू यू से
Right.
लव?
Yeah, definitely. Rahul is the best person because we've seen him growing from day one to now after 6 to 8 months. Definitely, Rahul, go for it. Share us your experience.
Okay, Rahul, so share your experience, your background, what is it that you now do, what all tools have you learned, you know, and what has this exposure of working in cybersecurity has given you? Okay, let's hear from you.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Good evening, sirs. So, before starting anything, I just like to touch upon what Naha sir was saying. When I graduated, and I wanted to go into cybersecurity, but there was very little emphasis on it, and pathway का कोई idea ही नहीं था कि कहाँ से start करें. Like, what would be my starting role, right, to go into this journey to learn. And obviously, I started googling things, going here and there, and watching YouTube videos because बहुत सारे material obviously वहाँ है, बाहर है to learn. But here comes the advantage of somebody who is in the field, like a mentor or a person that can guide you. I have wasted a lot of my time, a lot of years in watching videos and going from one video to another and not actually doing any practical work. And after I joined Protect, I started, like Sir said, I started as an intern and under his guidance. And वहाँ पे obviously क्योंकि प्रैक्टिकल काम होता था, आई स्टार्टेड एज इंटर्न वहाँ पे, फिर मैं एक एनालिस्ट का काम किया, तो आई वर्क विद फायरवॉल्स एंड आई वर्कड इन अ सॉक टीम। तो वो काम करके आई गॉट आई लर्न इन maybe 2-3 months I learned more than what I learned from videos in 2-3 years. So वो बहुत हेल्प करता है। नाउ आई एम प्लानिंग टू गो इनटू एन ऑफेंसिव रोल। तो आई नाउ अगेन सर इज टोल्ड कि क्या करना चाहिए, डू दिस सर्टिफिकेट, डू दैट, एंड प्रैक्टिकल काम करके, प्रोजेक्ट पे काम करके, यू लर्न अ लॉट। You learn how to scan networks, right? You learn how to use vulnerability scanners. कैसे vulnerability scanners भी कैसे कहाँ fail हो जाते हैं, and then you do manual testing on things, and कहाँ क्या advantages होते हैं, and these things you learn on the job rather than watching a video or things like that, and you learn from a mentor क्योंकि वो आदमी ने भी सेम चीज किया होगा, वो सेम जर्नी पे गया होगा, उनको पता है कि आप कहाँ स्टक होगे, कहाँ पे आप गलतियां करोगे, एंड कहाँ पे आपको थोड़ा गाइडेंस, आपको थोड़ा डायरेक्शन देना होगा, जो लेट्स से एन आर्टिकल पढ़ के आपको नहीं समझ में आएगा। एक आर्टिकल पढ़ के आपको तब समझ में आएगा व्हेन यू आर समबडी हु हैज एक्सपीरियंस अंडर हिज बेल्ट, राइट? आप 3 4 5 साल काम किए हो, देन ओके यू सी एन आर्टिकल, अच्छा ये वल्नरेबिलिटी है, ओके अच्छा ये ऐसे काम कर रहा है इस टेक्नोलॉजी के स्टैक में, यहाँ पे अगर हम टारगेट करेंगे तो यहाँ पे एक बग निकल के आ सकता है, थिंग्स लाइक दैट, जो फ्रेशर नहीं समझ में आएगा। इट इज दैट इज व्हाट आई थिंक। सो आई डोंट नो व्हाट एल्स टू से सर। आई आई होप आई वाज हेल्पफुल।
Sir on mute. Sir, you're on mute. Mute.
Yeah. So Rahul, you were a fresher once you joined, and you were fresh out of the college, and you did your BTech, and then I put you on certain roles.
Yes sir.
Okay. One of them was, of course, I put you on checkpoint firewalls. I
Yes sir.
definitely put you on a Defender EDR, right?
Yes sir.
And also, what we did was we also put you on uh, a lot of frameworks, right?
Right sir.
Now, w- after say around now, it is almost 6 to 8 months you're working for us. And what is the first thing I've told you that will define whether you get an appraisal next year or not?
So if I continue to grow, continue to learn, do good work.
No, but I've given you a
uh,
target, right? By
right
November
sir.
end. So November end
Right
has
sir.
passed, and you've still not attained the target. What is the target that will define your appraisal
Certification sir.
next year? Huh?
Certification. Security plus
Which
certification.
certification? Which
Security
certification?
plus sir.
Yeah, CompTIA Security Plus, right?
Yes sir.
So what I did, these three freshers, I took them straight from college, okay, and I've given them a very specific target. Your appraisal depends on the day you clear CompTIA Security Plus. Okay, so when any fresher comes to me and asks me, "Sir, where to start? What to aim? I want to go to the cybersecurity industry. What should I do?" I said, "Let's guess. Once you want to build a house, or once you want to build a 100 feet tall tower, you don't start building from the 10th floor, right? You first dig out the mud, you create a strong foundation. Okay, so you need to have a foundation. Okay, that's what I feel. Okay, people tell me that my judgment is wrong. People say, no, you don't need to be a technologist to be in certain cybersecurity roles, which I vehemently deny. And even Love is also one part of it. Love will say, no, sir, for GRC, you don't need to be technical. And I will prove it. Okay. I will fight with my own guys to prove it at some point in time when you will say, no, you are right. Okay. And that I will prove it to you, because we'll have a discussion starting. We'll have a discussion after some time. So I say that certifications are required in today's market. I'll tell you why. Because there's no way I can judge whether Rahul can do the job for me or not. So, see, I took a chance on these guys, and I took the risk. I trained them, and they turned out to be good. But a big organization, I was a startup. I was looking for kids. I didn't have the money to pay huge salaries, so I gave them what TCS gives their freshers. I gave better than that. TCS, has come up with, I think, less than what I pay my freshers. Okay, so I said that, look, the only way I can go forward is if I train my people, right? And that is what I did. I trained them. And today I can tell my this workforce to go and install any firewall. You can get a enterprise grade firewall installed. You can get them. The first thing I taught them is how to make a LAN cable. Okay, so they can go and put on a complete LAN environment. I next will be I will be teaching them SD-WAN deployments, SDN deployments. Okay, so happen over a period of time. And the best part they learned was deploying them directly on a client project for 1 year. For 1 year, these guys have been working consistently on client projects, created automation rules. Okay, they actually saw that how they can offload their nights to automations. You know, so the base formation, I still feel, of course, you need some level of technical knowledge, and if you are starting out, you get one certification which helps you understand the complete domain. And I feel there is no better certification than CompTIA Security Plus today in the market. Okay, that gives you right amount of knowledge to understand, what is complete cybersecurity process. So if you are a fresher and you want to start somewhere and you are looking in the dark and don't know where to start with CompTIA Security Plus. Go to Udemy, go to Coursera, go to whichever platform you want to, go to YouTube. There's so many people teaching CompTIA Security Plus. Please do it. Right? That's why I've given them a simple target. Your appraisal depends on when you get CompTIA Security Plus. Right? Thank you, Rahul. Thank you for your participation, and we will take it on from here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Right, love. So this is my thought process for freshers, and
Yeah.
I feel even companies who want to hire freshers, okay, can look at having some kind of a incubation, for freshers if they want to put them on security roles. But I feel somehow somewhere down the line, if an organization does not have a capability to train, then they are averse at hiring anyone fresh, because they,
Right.
they know that they themselves don't have the capability to train people.
Right.
Right? I think I'll take this question.
Yeah.
Hi guys, good day to you all. I have 10 plus years of IT experience in IT security and compliance, change and patch and vulnerability management support side. Okay, I wanted to switch to my career into cybersecurity side. However, IT security is also part of cybersecurity. Wanted to grow more this side. Request you to help me how to start and where to start and what certifications are needed. So you're actually, you see, you may not, you are in cybersecurity. Patch and vulnerability management is the preventive side of cybersecurity. So that is first part. Okay, let's let's understand that. So a lot of people do not understand that, vulnerability management, change management, they're all part of your complete information security process. So you have to understand the process, right? So what you are trying to say, LinkedIn user, is you know how do I maneuver into cybersecurity? So firstly, get that out of your mind. You're already into cybersecurity. That's first part. What is missing from your understanding is the complete perspective. How does it fit in? Where do I grow up? Right? So if you have 10 plus years of experience, I will say, see, there are there is now you are looking at middle management, senior management roles, right? So at 10 plus years, the dilemma is, what is it that I have done for last 10 years, and where should I take myself into? Right? So as I told you, the technical side of cybersecurity is control management, deploying of controls, monitoring of controls, managing the controls, keeping the organization safe, keeping an oversight, proactive action over. Second side is governance and compliance, and you have done part in both the roles, right? So clear cut for you, you are looking at mid management, senior management roles. Technology side, if you want to skill up, you can skill up on technology specific certifications, and if you want to get into GRC, there are GRC specific certifications which we will talk with Love and Debashish, right? So Love and Debashish, over to you. I've been doing all the
Yeah.
talking, and I
Yeah. Yeah.
think
Yeah.
this,
Sure.
once beginner things you guys start, then I will pitch in with my anti or pro. We'll see. I love
Sure.
debating, so we'll
Yeah.
talk about it.
Sure. Devashish, you want to go?
Yeah, so I would like to answer this question or this comment, and I would say he has already a good amount of experience into IT security and compliance, and this is a part of cybersecurity, as Nahasar said. And also, you need to understand there are two sides of cybersecurity. One is offensive security, other one is defensive. So I think
Right.
he has a good amount of experience in defensive security,
Right.
and I don't think now he has to switch his role to offensive side. It is better if you go to the management level, like you can opt for few certifications, maybe CISSP, CISM, and if you want to go into auditing side, you have that base, as sir said, that you need a foundation. So the foundation is already there. Maybe a couple of floors are also there because you have 10 plus years of experience. So now if you want to, grow more, I would suggest go for some management level certification, and definitely you will see growth in your career. So I would suggest CISM and CISSP. And if you want to move to the auditing side, then CISA is a must. So that's what my view on this question is.
Thank you, Devashish. So, Ghazal, put that again back on the screen, the previous 10 years one, please. Yeah. So my take on this is slightly different. I would say, you need some hands-on expertise, right? I would say you need to keep your hands dirty. You need to join a course where you can actually do the practical side of things now, because you haven't done any compliance. You haven't done any internal audits. You haven't done any risk assessments. You haven't done any policy creations. So definitely hop on to one of our courses where everything you'll be able to do practical, hands-on, and I think that would give you a complete 360-degree exposure to what you actually need at the moment. Then you can decide whether you want to pursue on the risk side or on the audit side or on the governance side, whatever suits you, right? That's what my take on it.
Okay, my
Yeah,
I have one simple example. Okay, if you're
yeah.
ready to slog the 10 years experience IT, if you're ready to slog, go straight away for CISSP. You will understand complete information in cybersecurity.
I would vouch for
That's
that. Yeah,
that I
yeah.
always say. Okay, anybody
No,
who
no,
comes
absolutely.
to me,
Yeah,
if anybody comes to me today with 10 years of experience, who has worked in
yes,
vulnerability management, compliance management, IT
yeah.
experience, system admin, and he's generally aware of all the controls, I will tell him simply to go for CISSP and nothing
I
else.
would also vouch for that. Yeah, he's completely right because CSSP will give you again a 360-degree understanding about entire cybersecurity thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
So
no
if
other
you are asking
certification
for a
can
specific
actually. Yeah,
certification, I'll
yeah,
tell you just go in for CISSP, and then you will understand where you would like to grow your career into.
yeah.
Whether you would like to
Absolutely.
grow it into GRC. If you want to
Mm.
grow it into GRC, then you go into specific standards. You do CISM, you do CISA, you do CIRISC. Okay. Do you want to go into data security? Then you get into DLP technologies, email security technologies. Would you like to go into architecture and engineering? Do you want to get into pre-sales, right? You want to get into architect roles, or whether you would like to get into network security. Would you like to go into identity and access management? Would you like to go into security operations? It's probably too late for you to get into security operations, but
Yeah,
I say nothing is late. I have friends who have migrated into security operations from preventive side to security operations. Now he's working in Deloitte, right? Or would you like to go into AppSec, application security? So there is no age. Let me tell
yeah.
you, okay?
Absolutely.
You
Age
can
is not
do
an issue here.
any
Yeah,
age, whether you're 80 years old or 20 years old,
yeah,
the whole life is in front of you. Okay.
yeah.
So I feel with your experience set, if you would have been speaking to me right now, I will say just do CISSP. And then you will understand, okay, so this is cybersecurity and information security. I will do this.
And it's not easy. We can tell you up that upfront. CSSP is hard, but definitely it's worth the effort, I would say.
I won't say it is hard, love. I will
For
say it
somebody
requires.
new, maybe yeah, worth the effort.
I'll say it requires effort and
Yeah,
somebody showing you a
definitely.
direction. That's it.
Yeah, you need some mentorship, like this red T-shirt person, no, sitting over here. Yeah.
I don't market myself. I am saying
No, no,
for the good
I'm
of the
saying that. Yeah,
world, I say,
yeah,
boss, please do please do
But
CISSP.
definitely, sir, certifications change your perspective.
Yes, they do.
Without that,
It has changed my perspective. I have worked in cybersecurity all my life, and the day I did CISSP, I said, "Oh, I should have done this in this manner." And
right,
that's why I said CISSP made a lot of difference to my life, a lot of difference to my personality. It's not
yes,
only just a certification; it changed my
yeah,
personality. It's changed my outlook. Changed the way I think.
right,
right,
right.
right, definitely right.
Go on the next one. I'm pursuing my first year. Yeah, I am pursuing my first year in engineering, computer science and engineering. My aim is to get into software development role in the security domain. Okay, please give me a roadmap for this career path. So, software development role in security. Wow.
Great. I love this guy. Okay. I am ready to give you a role right now. Right. So if you want to get into software development, into security domain, huge scope, immense amount of scope today. If you look at all security solutions, whether it is EDR, endpoint detection, and so on, you have to understand operating systems thoroughly. If you do not understand operating systems, you will not be able to develop uh, software for security, because ultimately uh, your software has to, communicate with the kernel drivers, right? And you look at any EDR or any XDR, okay, solution, whether CrowdStrike or SentinelOne, they will interact with the OS kernel, right? So you have to understand kernel level engineering. How are kernel drivers interacting with the root? Okay, how are application drivers interacting with the kernel drivers? So if you really want to become a software developer in the security domain, then you have to understand operating systems thoroughly. Windows, Mac, Linux, all three platforms. You also have to understand hardware. How is CPU processing your complete architecture? How is firmware working? From where firmware loading takes place, right? So I feel that yes, it's a good domain, and we do work. Programming languages which you should understand is Python. If you want to go into machine level, then maybe C and C++, of course, right? And Go and Rust will definitely help you in present circumstances, because Rust is the go-to framework and programming language being used by the topmost, you know, attackers. I hope I've answered your question. The first year engineering CS and E. I'm not able to see the name, so sorry for that. Right. So where was the discussion, love? That from where to start? So
Yeah, we need
okay,
to
you
define
give
the
me your thought
tangents.
process. Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah,
want to.
we need to define the tangents. What are the roles? How can they target? What are the pathways? Yeah.
So I think Debashish would be the right guy to give us. Debashish, what do you feel that? How can a
So we are having questions first. I think
No,
we
no,
should answer
questions
them
we will take on. Let
later
us
on.
hear out
Okay.
from
Okay.
Devashish, I guess. So
Okay.
Devashish, in a short, if you would like to tell us that we have a young, because today's webinar was focused for the young minds. So Devashish, if there is someone who is coming out from engineering college or a normal graduate school with a science degree or a commerce degree or an arts degree, uh, how should he, if he is interested, he or she is interested to get into information and cybersecurity domain? We will talk about cybersecurity, we will not talk about information security, right? If he wants to get into cybersecurity, uh, which we say that there's a huge shortage of jobs, what is it that you think a young mind should do in today's world to land up a good role somewhere?
So yeah, if like I myself am a BBA graduate, so I don't have any technical background. How I get into information security and cyber security, that is a long story, so I won't bring it up here. But what my suggestion would be, first he or she needs to understand basics of IT. Okay, I don't I won't suggest that you have to go deep and do some degree or something. At least you have to understand basics of IT, because if you don't understand how the network is being connected, how the servers are working, you won't understand what we people are doing in cybersecurity. Maybe most of the people, when they hear cybersecurity, they will think about some person doing ethical hacking, or performing some codes or programs. But that's not all about cyber security. As I said, there is two perspective. One is offensive, one is defensive, and then there is also one perspective which is GRC. So if you want to enter into cybersecurity, first understand, prepare a goal and understand your strength and weakness. Okay, so if you think that you don't have a technical degree but you are still good with computers and you know how things work, then you can go into some technical role. But if you feel that, yeah, I know basic understanding but I don't have that much technical knowledge, then probably you should choose this GRC factor. You need to first start with, I would say, start with this ISO 27001 training. and that would really change your perspective, and that would help you how the infrastructure work, how what is information system basically, and how to secure it, how to safeguard it. Then once you understand ISO 27001 properly, then your perspective would change, and you would understand where you want to go. Do you really want to go into GRC? Do you really want to go into technical field? And if you are already graduated, already a BTech, or you have a technical background, then again you have to understand you want to go into offensive security, wherein you can go for VAPT, pen testing, other roles, or you want to get into SOC side, where we have to work more on defense. How do we safeguard the network? How do we safeguard? I have to work harder than other people because I did not have technical background, so I had to continuously go through different things, how everything works, how server works, how network works. So that's how you have to prepare a plan. You If you are not preparing a plan, then definitely you would lack somehow, and you would deviate from your goal. So if you really want to get into cybersecurity, first prepare yourself for it, make it as a goal, and then follow the path along. Don't rush. I would say, go slowly.
Yeah, great advice, Devashish. I also feel that ISO is a very simple framework to start from. Okay, if
Yeah.
we do not overcomplicate what ISO tells you, ISO tells you these are the 93 controls which you should use to secure your organization, and there's a process towards it. Follow this process, right? Either you can create your own process, or you can take some existing processes around it. Now, I still say, no matter what, I still say, no matter how much you start in GRC, at some point in time, Devashish, you will agree that unless you have the technical understanding, you cannot dive deeper into the risk, can you?
So, yes, sir. That's why I said, no, I had to work harder than the normal technical background people. So I had to continuously understand how server work, how network work. I didn't
Yeah.
know anything, right?
Yeah.
And
So
also,
if I will go to a network guy, and I'll say, hey, listen, what all I can't go and ask a network security, or the guy who's there for network security, if I'm the risk manager, that, hey, listen, you have a switch. What kind of switch do you have? Layer 3, layer 2. That's not a risk, right?
yeah,
Whether
yeah,
VLAN is and you go to the layer 2 and say, can you give me a what is your VLAN plan? You are not going to, because the risk manager is supposed to understand from the diagram and say, okay, this diagram is not correct, your VLANing architecture is not correct,
right, right.
right? How
That's
are you
what.
routing it? How are you? So when people say that risk manager, GRC is not a technical role, I fight vehemently. Why? Because if a risk manager does not understand risk on the network, risk on devices, risk on endpoints, no point. And
Yes,
that's
sir.
why when I say, right, that's why when I say that if you want to actually become a GRC professional, okay, one way is how Devashish has gone about it. He has gone into basic GRC roles. Over a period of time, he understood that he has weaknesses and skill it up, and then he has, that's a good path. Second good path is you're already in a technical role, and now you understand that, look, I have worked extensively in all the domains. I know what a software is. Like you see me, I have never worked in GRC, to be frank. I actually worked in GRC, but never knew that I'm working in GRC. Okay. Right? Because I was continuously evaluating risk. I'm telling my teams, look, listen, this is a vulnerability which has come up. Please patch it. Okay, this is which has come up. So there was a GRC process in the armed forces. It's just that we never knew it is called GRC. Okay. So when I do CISSP, then also I don't know what is GRC. Whereas the first domain itself is governance, risk management, and compliance. So when I did a little more research, and I say, okay, this is something which I've done all my life. Right? And then people gave them some beautiful names, GRC. We all do GRC, right? We all ensure that there are policies, procedures, guidelines, some kind of planning, right? We know, but yes, now what has happened, because the risks are so high, so many, you have to take a stock of those risks. If you had only 10 risks, as I was saying, You don't need to manage 10 risks. You know, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. These are the 10 risks. I put 10 yellow labels on my desk and say, hey, listen, number one risk is this number. But on my risk register, there are more than 1,000 risks. What do I do then?
Yes, sir.
Each application.
Without technical knowledge, if you don't know where DMZ would be put in the architecture, where you will put IPS IDS, where you will put firewall, how would you know that the person who is actually managing it has done the correct job or not? And even if you want to understand policies procedure, you need to first have that at least technical understanding, so that you can create a proper policy or proper procedure. Otherwise, you will put anything in the policy and you will end up doing mistakes.
Yes, true. So that's why, experience does help, and that's why I put Giant's question in here. So Giant's question is: I have about 12 years experience working in a GNOC, global NOC, uh, purely network routing, switching, and firewall. Right. So he has enough experience of network security, right, and plan to get into GRC. Please advise further path. Giant, 12 years of experience. I take it that you are in a CCNA, you are a CCIE, right? And you have worked with multiple switches, firewalls, routing in and out, right? Don't even think about doing anything else other than CISSP. I know it's tough, I know it's hard, but all my students who have passed CISSP, I'll say 80% of them were CCNAs. So whenever somebody comes with me with this your experience set, I say CISSP. Even somebody came to me other with a similar, I said CISSP. Don't I know CISM, CISA, and CIRISC are good certifications, but they are GRC specific certifications. Please understand. You guys are coming from technical backgrounds. You will grasp CISSP in no time. But CISM, CISA are GRC specific certifications. Managing information security. It's got not major, it doesn't touch major technological part, right? But a CISSP digs deeper because of people like you, because it understands there are technical risks which probably in the initial part people will not understand. So that's why Jayant, my complete my if you want to move into GRC, first do CISSP so that you understand what are the domains of GRC. You will understand, okay, I till now I was in my network silo. There was something sitting on the firewall. Beyond the firewall, also there was a server farm. There was a there was a SaaS risk. There was budget not available. Okay, and that's why I had to keep sitting on the firewall and monitor the port. Right. So you will understand all that once you understand the perspective of someone who is sitting on the top. I hope I've clarified your doubt, Jayant. I
Sir, I
hope.
would like to add one
Yeah.
thing on
Yeah.
your point. Like, if you are already have good experience in network security, I would say that networks is always key when you talk about cyber security, because if you
Yes.
close the network from outside, there is no external attack. It can be only internal through physical breach or anything, right?
True.
So if you have enough experience in network, then it is really easy for you to get into cyber security, because that is really a key point.
See, ultimately, the software has to communicate out through the network, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. And the network guys pick up security in no time. Okay. Even if it is GRC.
Right.
GRC, okay, it might be a little bit on the boring side, I take it. But a good network security specialist is actually the correct security guy today in the market, to be frank. Because I come from the same background which Jayant comes from. Okay, I've spliced fibers, I've laid UTP with my own hands. Okay, as late as 2022, I was laying fiber. When we were in front of Chinese people, and my our complete optical fiber teams just spread across the whole Ladakh, and I was laying fiber with my own teams, right? So what I'm saying, network guys understand every damn thing. So the software has to ultimately speak through network, and all the root lies in DNS. So you know how DNS works. Shut down the DNS, attack stops. Right? So Jayant, no doubts, CISSP is one of the best certifications for you. And then you will see, once you get the CISSP, then your own horizon will open. You say, okay, fine. Now let me research, and okay, if I want to get into GRC, I do this. Okay. Or I want to get into audits or offensive security part of it. Let me go into, doing that. right? Okay, so next question is from Davidson Deepak. Right, let us show this comment. Good evening, sir. I have 4+ years experience in networking, but not on cyber side. So my query is, should I have prior experience in cyber? I follow your bulletin regularly and I see experienced people answer the question. So please guide me. Yeah, love. What would you like to tell Davidson? He's got network experience, must be a CCNA. Started
Yeah.
working, 4 years experience means he understands firewalls, he understands routers, he understands maybe edge networks, maybe SDN, maybe SD-WAN also. So I feel for him, even CompTIA Security Plus is also a good, because he doesn't come into the experience category of CISM, CISA, CISSP, or whether he would like to get into offensive security, or if you are in network, you can get certain defensive security, like in network securities, CCI is there, CC, you can get CCNP, you can get CCIE. But if you want to specifically move into cybersecurity, base foremost, CompTIA Security Plus is a good certification for you. I feel that's what my understanding says. Anyone who's done little experience, now I always tell CompTIA Security, it's a beautiful certification. You know, gives you enough knowledge, doesn't dive too deep. Okay, and after that you can. It's I will say it's a mini CISSP. Love, you yourself are a CompTIA Security Plus. So I feel CompTIA is a mini brother, small younger brother who is 4 5 years old, not 5 years and above, because then becomes CISSP. So he's still, he's forming the base to climb up. So yes, I feel CompTIA Security Plus is a very good certification, globally recognized, DoD 3180 qualified. So all those things are fine. CompTIA Sec Plus, if you today want to migrate, and then you decide whether you want to get into offensive security. Would you like to get into a penetration testing role? Whether you would like to get into a VA role? Whether you would like to get into an audit role? Then you can take a decision where to skill up, where to form your expertise. Right. So that's from my side. Any more questions? Or yeah, love. Any closing points from you?
So we do have a lot of questions yet.
Oh, I don't have. I can't see. Oh, okay, okay. Oh my God. Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay, I didn't see. I didn't scroll
bunch full
down.
of questions. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for clear explanation and suggestions. Sure, I'll go with CISSP Vandana. Okay, Jayan's question taken. Davidson taken. What is the course fee for CISSP? All this, sir. Can we get recording session as well during the training? Okay, these are all things which can clarify. Shooting, sir. I
We can
joined
take
army immediately after complete. Yeah. This question. Okay, so so a lot of people who are you know. Migrating from armed forces to outside do attend my certifications. Good evening, sir. I joined army immediately after completing my BE in electrical and electronics. Also, I served in infantry during my service in the army. Currently, I'm preparing for CISSP certificate. Is it possible for me to change my career into cybersecurity? Yes. Why not? Always. I take it that you are an SS officer, Shakti, right? So if you are an SS officer, so you are in the 10 years, 12 years category, yes, you can. No doubts why you cannot. What will be the path after? Wait. Let me strike. What will be the path after CISSP certification? Path after CISSP certification, Jayant, I told you, right? You can decide. You will get clear cut eight silos standing in front of you, and then you can decide where is your interest lie. Where does your you it's all about interest, whether you would like to get into cloud or whether you would like to get into offensive security. It all depends on your once you understand, okay, this is the complete domain in front of me. Okay, then we have Pankaj Arora. I'm currently working in
EY.
uh, EY. I don't know, IT network, I don't know. I think
On
he
screen.
has typo.
Ernst and Young, Big Four, EY.
Yeah, EY is fine. After that, EY, if suppose background 8 year in network, I have maybe some typo error.
Hmm.
Background 8 year in network and security and currently doing ISO on customer project. What should course I will for job change? Please guide. Okay. Uh, what network security domain? CISSP man, nothing else.
Default answer today is CSSP, everybody.
Means, the moment you say you are from network and security, right? If you are telling me you are from network and security, what else can I say?
Definitely.
I
No,
won't
no.
say.
We are backing you up. Definitely. It's the right answer. Yeah. Because
If you're
see,
saying yeah,
I would
yeah,
add a thought to that. See, anybody, even I would say 5+ years of experience in network and security should also go for CSSP, because he has that understanding of basic things, right? So why
yeah,
not?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So I feel if you're already in the technology background and you would like to understand the complete cybersecurity and information
go
security
for it.
process,
Yeah,
go for, or else you want to grow into a specific sector, say security operations, then you should learn technologies, XDR, SIEM. Those are all technical hands-on skills. So what I recommend is first get CISSP, then you take a decision. Okay, this is my area of interest, or this is where I should skill up for next few years, and this is where I should skill up for next few years. Like when I did CISSP, I said, look, what is it that I'm good at? Okay, then I realized, okay, in army I was teaching. I was a good teacher. I got a good, accolade for being a good instructor. So I said, hey, let me try teaching CISSP. It's been almost three years now, right?
yes.
So what I'm saying, somebody said on YouTube, please send the notes. Notes are there on the platform. Please go and download it. I cannot send. I can, I can place it somewhere from where you can download for free, right? So it is there for 1 rupees because the platform mandatorily makes me charge you 1 rupee. So I can't help it. Otherwise, it's free. You can also go to my LinkedIn profile and it's there on
Yeah.
my profile, all 8 domains.
You join any three of us on LinkedIn, we'll give you the notes for free. Yeah,
No, no. Even if you don't join us, go and
yeah,
search on my profile. All the notes are there on my LinkedIn
yeah.
profile.
It's public. He's
That
already
much
made it
hard work
public.
you'll have to do.
Yeah,
That much
yeah.
hard work you'll have to do. Right. Right. I think we have taken all the questions. I don't see any more questions. Yeah. Mani
Uh,
Anand Sagar, thank
Pankaj
you so
Arora,
much. David,
Pankaj Arora, again a follow-up question, sir. I have given
I've
BSI
given BSI as an
27,001. Yeah,
credit. Please suggest next course. Should I choose to change the job? Okay, let me tell you. Do 27,001 is a very basic certification today. Okay. Let
starting
us let
level.
us
Yeah,
It's a starting level survey. Everyone knows that you turn your head and give the exam passes. Okay, so let's
yes,
not compare ISO 27001 with major certifications like
yeah,
CISM, CISA, and
right.
CISSP. So 27001 is a very, very basic certification.
Fundamental level. Yeah,
It's a fundamental certification of
right,
understanding a cybersecurity framework. Okay,
right.
Pankaj. So if you are in EY and you've done ISO 27001, there should be no doubt in your mind not to pursue a professional certification like CISM, CISA, CISSP, CCSP. Okay, it all depends on where would you like to take. Now, since you have 8 years experience in network and security, and you've already done ISO, I'll say the only shining star which can come on your head is CISSP. If you don't want to go for CISSP, then maybe CISM.
No, I would say CISSP, sir, because again, after doing CSM, also he won't be having
Yeah,
understanding
because
about the remaining domains,
after
right?
doing
Yeah,
CISM, after doing CISM, he'll come back, sir. Oh, I wasted.
yes,
I've
yes.
already spent 1 lakh. I don't want to do.
Yeah, because people are having those thoughts. That's why I'm saying, yeah,
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 yeah. So it's better to go for CISSP and then realize whether you want a CISM or not. I
yeah,
feel because you are already qualified. Had
yeah,
you not been qualified, there are a lot of people who say, "Sir, I am not confident. I have not worked hands-on on networks." Then I say, "Okay, fine. First do CISM.
yes.
Okay, then come in." But somebody who's already worked on network security knows everything in and out. What is the TCP/IP port? All those things you don't have to explain. CISSP is one of the best ways of getting yourself tuned to.
And if you find anything difficult, there's somebody in the red t-shirt. You can always get in touch.
So there are a lot of red guys in the red t-shirt. I'm in orange t-shirt.
Okay,
Devashish
sorry.
is in red t-shirt.
I'm short,
Okay,
sir,
okay.
not interested.
No point. I've put my entire CISSP course on YouTube. You guys can go and see and pass.
And every day also he's passing on bullets to you. What else he can do? He has given you notes also. Every day he's coming live also for 1 hour. I mean, what else can you expect from somebody? Come on.
Can I put you on a client project, please? Hey, India's population is 140 crores. If I put you on client project, everybody will ask me for putting. But still, you get in touch with us, we will try and help you. If you're
Yeah,
already
yeah, we can
working, you
try.
should.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
we can
try.
try, but you
Send
should
us your
already
resume.
ask.
Yeah,
Yeah, you ask your present organization to put yourself into some
yeah,
GRC project for. You say, I'll not ask a raise. You tell them the companies
S-
love people who don't ask for raise.
yeah. So Jayant has a follow-up question. Jayant is an old friend of mine as well. Jayant is saying directly CSSP is a good
No, no,
option
no,
or
no.
Sec Plus?
For Giant, he doesn't need CompTIA Sec Plus.
No. Okay.
Sec Plus is for people who are five
Jayant,
years
for
below.
you, it's a clear-cut direction, man. Okay, don't call me after this. It is CSSP. That's it.
Giant is very qualified. I saw.
Yeah, yeah. He's working in big MNC in Bangalore. Yeah.
Is CCNA good enough, Rahul? CCNA, of course. CCNA is the base former for networks. I did CCNA 2003. My
Yeah.
fundamentals of networks got cleared that day.
2012.
2003. 2003 or
Yeah.
2. I
Yeah.
went to Delhi. My salary was 8,000 bucks, and I paid 10,000 to join a course. And there were physical switches, routers, everything stacked. And the instructor wouldn't let us touch the routers. But no, no,
Yeah.
no, I will plug it in. Okay.
Yeah. Definitely reach out to us on LinkedIn. Okay, all three of us are available
We will
on
give
LinkedIn.
you a mock
Yeah.
project, Ronki 16.
Ronki 16. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll give you a
Good
mock
name.
project. We cannot put you on a live project, of course. We can put you a mock project. Maybe we can put. We have a lot of mock projects. We can give you a mock project,
Yeah.
okay, and we can understand. Right.
Good. Good
Yes, Rahul.
discussion.
CCNA is good enough. Rahul, you
I think
asked me this question. Rahul asked me this question yesterday also.
yesterday also he
Rahul
might be
is
getting it double
also
checked. He might be getting it double
Rahul.
checked. Yeah.
Rahul is my very old colleague in my
Okay.
previous company when I was in IBM. So he was also a colleague.
Okay.
Great, great. So Debashish is now our budding mentor for InfoSec, ISACA stack. So very soon we will see Debashish also in his true form, true color. And let me tell you, the kind of knowledge Debashish has, even I don't have. So I've seen his risk management videos. Absolute, the pure gold, I will say.
Yeah.
So somebody who's worked now, you can make out who is got 10,000 certifications and giving you lectures, and who's the guy who has worked hands-on and only done one or two certifications, right?
Yeah. 5 minutes will tell you. Definitely, sir. 5 minutes
Yeah.
only. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I only did one certification. Otherwise, people will say, "Hey, you got 100 certifications. You are the master of all."
But you,
You
but you,
cannot
but
be
you, but you,
master.
but you picked the cherry of the cake, right? That's what you did.
See, I have an eye for detail. Okay.
Yeah.
And I saw I can be a champion. I can be a master at only one game. Okay.
Yeah.
So when childhood we played so many games. The only game I could pick up very well, okay, was basketball. Okay,
Wow.
rest all games I could play. So similarly, I said, okay, I can do CISA. I can do clear CISA. If I sit tomorrow, I can clear it. I can sit for CCSP and another 10 days and clear it. CISM in another 5 days and clear it.
I don't think you'll need 5 days also, to be honest. The amount of knowledge
No,
I've seen in you, yeah.
every exam has its own
Maybe one
peculiarities.
or 2 days. That's it. That's it.
Okay?
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I take those courses and start teaching, man.
Yes. Yes. That's the
I
difference.
cannot be,
That's
I remember when I was in college, okay, so physical chemistry had two teachers. One was teaching quantum physics, physical chemistry, and one was teaching the, other side of physical chemistry. Inorganic, two teachers, environmental science, but so you can become an expert only in one field, two
yeah.
fields, but
Yeah.
not 20 fields, and then become a mentor for all 20 fields. You can't.
And I asked Colonel Nahar said this question a lot of times, like, why are you not teaching the other, domains? And the same answer he gives me, you need to be expertise at one thing only. Yeah.
And that's why
So,
I'm
so true.
telling we need more mentors. Like
Yeah.
Love, you have come in for GRC and ISO, and Debashish
Right.
has come for ISACA. I think, you know, I have to give more importance to people who are specialized in their domains rather
Right.
than, me becoming single point of failure.
Yeah.
I cannot
So
be,
true.
I
So
cannot do
true.
everything, right?
So true.
Yeah, maybe
Good.
Mike Chappell can. Mike Chappell is an old guy now. He's a veteran, right? Mike Chappell can. But
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he is a and if you look at Mike Chappell is from the training. He is a professor at
From the
University of
beginning
Notre Dame.
itself. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He has
Yeah,
been there. Right, right, right.
yeah. So when he speaks, I listen to him, right? Because he has been all he has done is that he has
Yeah,
prepared courses, and he never says that he has physically worked. He has immense amount of knowledge, but he has been in the teaching industry, and he's done only that,
right,
and that's
right.
why I say that maybe Mike Chappell is one of the guys who I feel is one of the best guys in the industry today, who gives the Isaka, and but he's more into ISC too, so I feel yes.
Yeah. So one more question for Murali Krishna Vanilla.
You want to change it to cloud security? So, Murli, it depends on which cloud stack you have experience on. But if you look at cloud fundamentals, CISSP will definitely help. There's no doubt about it. If you want to move into security, if you are from IT, if you are from uh, anything to do with security, get your CISSP. There's no doubt about it. Okay. So, CISSP will help. And then if you are going into a cloud agnostic certification, then CCNA. If you want to
Yes.
get into a cloud specific certification,
PCSP.
like, yeah, sorry, CCSP, not CCNA.
CCSP.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. CISSP plus CCSP. CCSP is cloud agnostic. CCSK is cloud agnostic. And if
Yes.
you want to skill up into cloud specific, like I wanted to learn AWS, so I did solution architect and AWS security specialty. So that gave me complete understanding of AWS. Then I was working for a client's project for almost 2 years, completely on AWS. But I don't know anything much about GCP. I have not even created a GCP account ever. Azure, yes, I found Azure similar to AWS. I have not even touched GCP, but I take it that GCP will also be similar to what is AWS or Azure is like, right? So ultimately, fundamentals have to be very clear, I feel. So once I created a VPC, then I say, oh, VPC is nothing but a switch, man. On AWS, VPC is nothing but a switch. It is giving you your network perimeter. Then you put a
It
fire,
is. It
and
is. Yeah.
you can't even put a firewall on a VPC. You have to create an firewall endpoint, VPC
Yes.
endpoint. That means your
Yes.
VPC has an endpoint where you connect a firewall virtually.
Yeah. You need to
So
create
that
that
means
first. Right.
ultimately, yeah,
Right.
ultimately VPC is just nothing but a switch, a virtual switch for you,
Yeah.
and then
That's it. That's it.
you are placing VLANing it into public and private subnets. And so unless I know networking, how could I have understood cloud? I never,
No,
you know.
not possible at all. Yeah.
So the day I did AWS Solutions Architect, I did AWS Solution Architect, by the way, in 15 days.
Wow.
Okay, I took 15 days of preparation and did AWS Solution Architect, and the only thing that helped me in understanding complete cloud was my networking knowledge,
Okay.
right? So yes, IT infrastructure guys, network guys are the best guys to do move into security, to be frank.
Yeah. Nice discussion, sir. A lot of
Yeah,
questions.
good discussion. Yeah, that's great
Yeah.
actually. A lot of people are there and participation is pretty high.
Good.
Right. So we already crossed 1 hour, love,
Yeah. We are already above the threshold now. Yeah.
and this is our second webinar today.
Yeah.
But
I
then this
think
good
after this,
time is good.
yeah,
Huh?
after this, I need energy drink also.
I'm a Fauji. I need a drink.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
guys. Okay, nice talking to you, and thank you all for asking some really great questions. And I hope it helps out freshers and people who are looking at maneuvering their careers into information and cybersecurity. It's good to have multiple stack experience. I feel if you today tell me to deploy an AD, I can do that. If you today tell me to go and do the networking of your home, I can do that. I actually did networking of my office myself.
Yeah, he showed me
Right.
also. He's
Yeah.
right. I saw that actually. Yeah.
Right. And this Rahul and others, I've taught them how to make
Yeah.
so even the Airtel guy comes and he tries to splice the fiber. I said, you're doing it wrong. Let me tell you how to do it.
No, no, that guy would have shifted his location to another location. I'm sure about that.
Yeah. So I whenever I meet a network guy, I make sure that I prove my point.
Oh,
Right, guys. Thank you so much, and thank you for participating. It was great interacting with you all so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Debashish, and thank you, Love, for your
Thank you,
time.
Devashish. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Right,
Thank you. It
right.
was
Yeah,
great being here,
yeah,
sir.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, same
Thanks.
here.